Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all. I am Clarissa Myers coming to you live this morning, and I am a spiritual entrepreneur, and I'm speaking to fellow spiritual entrepreneurs, people who know that their purpose is specific. God placed them here to do something, a special work. Good morning, Juria. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. I'm back now in the States, and it's important to develop routines. So what I'm going to talk about today is just 3 thoughts for being able. Oh, Cynthia! Good morning. Good morning to you. I can wave to you. I'm going to talk about 3 thoughts for creating an amazing life. Now you might say, oh, how do you go about creating an amazing life? You know, some people sit back and say, I wish I were her. Oh, I wish I were him. Oh, he's doing such a great job. You don't need to wish to be somebody else. You can create the life that you want for yourself. Well, how do you go about doing that? Oh, good morning, Cousin Jay from the greater Chicago area. Good morning. Glad that you can join me. So, when I came back, this is my 2nd day going live again. I've been doing live broadcasts for 2 years because it was something that I was fearful of. And so I've been doing it 2 years straight and not doing it for 25 days. That's a long time. And you kind of get out of a routine. So I'm just going to share 3 thoughts for creating an amazing life, because you have the power to do that. All right, so the first thing that you need to know, first of all, realize that you hold the keys. Nobody else can do it for you. You hold the keys. So what do you need to do? Well, you have to have the right attitude. Now, if you are a pessimistic person, you're criticized, somebody says something nice, oh, that's nothing, you already have an issue. That attitude is not going to get you anywhere. So you got to change that attitude. You have to change your way of thinking, make it more positive. And if you can't think of something positive, you need to go back to ground zero and be appreciative of the things. You can start counting your blessings. You have gifts. You have talent. Start counting what God has blessed you with. Sometimes you don't even realize you have untapped potential inside of you that needs to come out. So stop looking at other people. Turn towards yourself. Look in. Where can I improve me? Where can I be the best me possible? Good morning to you, Ricky. I thought I just saw this. Good morning, Sensei Sabira. I thought I saw a love going up there. Thank you for joining me this morning. Good morning, Adriel. So I'm talking about just 3 thoughts for creating an amazing life. So the first thing is, realize that you hold the keys. You have the power to change, to become the best you. Change your attitude, change your patterns of thinking. Those negative, how do you respond or react to positive situations or negative? There's a way to react. And sometimes some people get under your skin, they get under your belt, and they want to bring the worst out of you. Before you get too hasty and say something that you can't take back, words have a way of doing that. You let them out. You can't just lasso those words and pull them back. So pause. Maybe you need to take 5 minutes. Step away. Regain your composure. Don't be so quick. And I'm so glad that that's something that I was never brought up with. Some people have a smart mouth. They have a smart answer, a smart clap back. Yeah, that's clap back for anything somebody says. But me, that's never been a part of my life. And I never practiced doing that. So sometimes maybe I could be a little tired. But it's a good thing, because you have time to delay and think about what you're going to say or how you're going to respond, how you're going to react. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, so you have to start creating routines. Don't just create a routine. Okay, I'm going to do this. You have to practice it. Number 1, especially I'm retired. Yes, a lot of people are retired and they think, oh, well, I've done all my work. I've done my work in the workforce. Now it's time for me to But there's something about retirement that becomes very real. They give you like a box. This is your retirement box. You gotta live in that box. Really? Who says? And then they talk about, if maybe you have a disability and maybe you get disability income, you can't work more than a certain amount of hours, but you still have gifts within you. You still have a way to give back, to make somebody else's life better. And so you're here for a purpose. So find, create, and develop and practice routines. See, now that's where I am right now. I've been out of practice of doing certain things. So to get back into it, when you do something for 21 days straight, it becomes a habit. And when you keep doing that habit, it becomes routine. So you got to do it every day. So, good morning to you, Ursula. Good morning. See, I'm hearing Roland's voice in my mind. Racy, finish your thought, and then you say hello. Okay, pardon me. Good morning. All right. So in developing routines, feed your mind something positive every day. Read something spiritual. Read something uplifting. Read and get around positive people who are moving in the same direction as you are. Now you might say, well, they're in TV land, or they are on YouTube. Well, so be it. That's a way of being around them, because you hear their thinking, you hear their thought patterns, and then you can start mirroring that. You implement the things that you're learning into your life. It's so easy to just lay on the bed in the morning. Oh, I wish I could do this. Oh, well, you know what? Those thoughts, I wish, don't say I wish, do it. Just do it. And that leads me right into number 3. Learn to trust your intuition. I don't say instinct. Instinct is for the animals. That's just their way. That's just their way of life, But we have been given the power of choice. And God puts ideas and thoughts into us, that are for our benefit. So we need to learn to trust our intuition more. Not just to trust it, but act on it. You get a thought about doing something, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it next week. And before you know it, you just procrastinate. You delay taking action, and that pushes your dream. It pushes your ability for success way on the back burner. Sometimes you can't even find that burner anymore. All right. Good morning, Shakina. Welcome back. I know the Bahamas must have been awesome. I saw some of your pictures. All right, back what I was talking about. So learn to trust your intuition, because that's the guide God put into you, and act on it. So people who do that are the ones who never settle. As we live, we should be growing. We should be stretching ourselves. We are to be, because in doing so, number one, it prolongs your life. I say that because you're moving. If you stop moving and growing, you're stagnated. You start to die. Your brain cells start to die. You want to keep those brain cells active, because in so doing, you don't not only create a better life for yourself, but for the people who are in your sphere, people who are around you. So those were my 3 thoughts for creating an amazing life, because we all have that potential. We have that untapped potential within us, that we can there's room at the table for everyone, because we all were created with that. So those were just my thoughts for this morning, and I wanted to share with you. So those 3 thoughts for creating an amazing life are: number 1, realize that you hold the keys. It's up to you to do those things. 2, create and practice routines, success routines. Get around those successful people, whether you use YouTube, you read books, whatever, do that. And then, of course, learn to trust your own intuition, because God put it in there. It didn't just It didn't just fall in there by accident. God put that inside of you. Learn to trust it and act on it. So that's what I have for you, but I wanted to also say, feel free to go and to join a group that I've created. It's called Spiritual Entrepreneur Goal Achievers. If you have goals and you want to be around people who are moving in that direction, so I invite you to join that group. I also invite you to visit my webpage. It's called Reese'sDomain.com, and on there I have a number of different things, but one of the things that I have on there is my book. This is for especially teachers, for children, and if you have any grandchildren even, this kind of gives a little insight to living on an island, but from the perspective of the iguanas. The iguanas in the story, the experiences that they encounter are my childhood experiences growing up in the Virgin Islands. But instead of me being front and center, I wove my experiences into the lives of the iguanas. And this is just not a reading book, but there's an activity packet in the back that helps to build comprehension and all that kind of good stuff. So want to make sure that you go on. You can order it through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Friesen Press. It's available out there. And you can even have the links on my website as well. So today is Tuesday. I'll be back again with another nugget, something that can get you going so that you too, instead of wishing to be someone else, you can create that life for yourself. Let's see. Good morning. Hi, Chandra. Glad that I can see you this morning. Thank you for joining. Good morning, Jay Juz. I think I said that right. I hope I did. Daswell, good morning to you. And let's see. Nadine, hi. So glad that you can join me this morning. And Ursula, good morning. I think I got you. And Daniel, good morning. I thank you guys for coming, for joining me this morning. You could be doing anything with your time, but you chose to just share a few minutes with me this morning. So every morning, if I can entice Roland to come and join me. But if not, I'll be here tomorrow morning at 8, and I will see you then. Enjoy your day and make it awesome. Bye now.